I'm the Flash.
See, that's what you don't get. When I put this ring on my finger, it wasn't just about you or me anymore. It was about us. You are not the Flash, Barry. We are.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on The Flash Season 4. So make sure to subscribe to never miss any of The Flash Season 5 videos going forward. So now the season is totally over and done with. About a month ago, it's July now. It ended the end of May. So let's talk about The Flash Season 4. Was it good? Was it any better than Season 3? Well, the short answer is no, it wasn't. But let's get into that. So The Flash Season 4 failed in many ways, to be honest. As a massive Flash fan, I mean, I have a YouTube channel talking about The Flash. That's how much of a fan I am. I love the show, but I was very much annoyed and disappointed with the wasted potential of what could have been with Barry going into the Speed Force prison after the whole Savitar thing that Todd Helbin at last year's Comic-Con couldn't even explain how Savitar ever existed. So much potential. The Speed Force storms, an epic way to introduce new metas, but let's get into it. So let's talk Flash Season 4. Did you like it? Comment down below, guys, before the video ends. So it wasn't all bad. There were parts that were pretty cool, but the show failed its fans massively. From Twitter and everywhere you look, people even stopped watching during the season because they got bored. So the showrunners need to take note of what people are saying, because the ratings did drop, the reviews dropped from season 1, 2, 3. It keeps getting lower, and this is not really acceptable behavior, to be honest. So let's recap the season. So the season started with Barry coming out of the Speed Force within the first episode. Now this is where the problems started to occur. So Kid Flash in the comics was the Flash for over 20 years, yet we hardly got to see Kid Flash being the main Flash. We got to see the 6 months real time, which is our time in between season 3 and season 4. But in terms of the show, we only seen Kid Flash being the main Flash for less than half of an episode. Yes, I know the show is called The Flash, aka the Barry Allen show, but we could have had Kid Flash as the Flash for an episode or two. It wouldn't have really hurted a 23 episode season, to be honest. So the main factor of why this season failed is, let's be honest, The Flash should be called The Flash and Friends, because it focuses more on the side characters than the main characters. So let's get into it. The show tends to focus more on building side characters than actually building the main star, because since season 2, maybe season 3, there's not really been much character development for Barry Allen, except for a few new tricks with his speed. That's about it. Obviously entering Flash Time was a cool new trick, probably one of the best episodes we've had. So yeah, I do like Killer Frost, a vibe, etc. But I think towards the start of the season, they got some cool exposure, and towards the end of the season, you didn't really know they were there. You kind of, I really don't know what happened. It started to focus on too much on Iris West and Ralph, pretty much. Now, I know Iris West is important to the Flash in the comics and the TV show, but in the comics, Iris doesn't occur every single issue in the comics. So within the space of season 3 ending and season 4 started, she went from being a basic reporter, very good reporter, just like she is in the comics. I mean, I really like the Iris West character, so I'm not trolling her. I just think they don't deliver her properly, to becoming some kind of Felicity computer genius who basically runs the whole of Team Flash now and knows science stuff. She knows absolutely everything. She knows more stuff than Barry Allen, and Barry Allen is supposed to be an intelligent CSI person. So it's pretty strange how she went from reporter to genius with no actual explanation of how she learnt to do this. So they just have to turn Iris back into a reporter, basically. I mean, the show really messed up when we had the scene that I played before this video started airing, when Iris told Barry that you're not the Flash, you aren't the Flash, Barry, we are the Flash. And then they turned Iris into a speedster for an episode, which I enjoyed, but it did get a lot of hate because the show is called The Flash, not The Flash and Friends, not Felicity and Friends like Arrow could technically be called at times. So the season 4 of Flash, had the same effect of the season 4 of Arrow, which both them seasons absolutely sucked after having pretty strong season 1 and season 2. Then they kind of dipped in season 3. Then they went right to the other end of the tail in season 4. But there's nothing that they can't fix in season 5. So all the Flash have to do is focus on the side characters less, or give them a storyline that takes them away from the show a bit, and just make Iris West a reporter again, because now she's married to Barry, she is already the focus of attention, so she doesn't need to be next to him all the time. Now, the therapy episodes were a bit strange to me, a bit annoying after a while, because obviously Barry lost his mother, lost his father, so the therapy for him would make sense, but to give them marriage counselling, marriage therapy after they've been married for literally, I don't know, 7 episodes is a bit pointless, a bit unrealistic. I mean, you wouldn't go to marriage counselling if you got married and you were getting into arguments 2 months in. That is just a bit like ridiculous. Human beings don't work that way. It would take a lot longer. Now, a lot of people are blaming the show's weakness and fail on the villain not being a speedster, and that wasn't really the issue. Because up to episode 9, which is when we have the mid-season finale, the Thinker was a really good villain. He kept out-thinking Barry. Barry kept trying to prove that obviously Clifford DeVoe was the Thinker. But after episode 9, the slow game was that slow that by the time the full plan was revealed towards the end of the season, everyone was like, oh, so he's just trying to make everyone brain dead so he can retrain everyone and kind of be a ruler of everyone, which is like another villain that's kind of just trying to do something ridiculous. So the villain didn't really threaten the Flash at all. Giving him all the bus meta-human powers, making him as OP as Thanos in Avengers Infinity War was kind of pointless, because even though he had all these powers, he didn't have any presence. He didn't feel as threatening as Reverse Flash, as Zoom, or as Savitar, to say the least, because there was no time frame. Obviously, in season 3, Savitar was like, yeah, I'm going to kill Iris at this time. And obviously, Zoom, we know what he was trying to do with the multiverse, and obviously Barry was trying to figure out who Reverse Flash was and stop him, but there was just nothing with, obviously, this villain. I mean, obviously, Zoom was trying to rip apart everyone every episode, and it was exciting to watch. Now, the fact that they are speedsters doesn't really matter, but when we have a villain like DeVoe, the Thinker, being multiple different people, Becky, Sharp, Hazard, Ralph, it's like, how are you supposed to make an attachment to a villain if every other week it is a different person? So I just think that he made a big mistake in that. So some people were moaning about no speedster villains, but we had a mystery girl who was Nora Allen in the end. We did have the Reverse Flash during the crossover. There was Speed Force symbols. There was so many unanswered questions that, like most things, are not going to be answered, because if you got an EP, Todd Helman's a cool EP, but he couldn't even explain during Comic-Con how Savitar ever existed. And then he goes on to say, that's why we're not doing time travel next season. Now, why is this important? Because he said we're not doing time travel next season. Then we have a speedster coming in and out every 3 to 4 episodes at least. And we find out she's from 30 years in the future. So the EP lied to us, saying there's no time travel, when she was coming from her timeline to our timeline. So, sorry Todd, if you're watching this, which you most likely won't, there was time travel. And then let's get into Harrison Wells, who has been a staple character throughout. So you've turned the genius character who was untouchable into the average Joe. It was a bad move. He was a great addition, and he's technically the main star alongside Barry Allen because he's such a great actor. And he leaves for Earth 2 to go see his daughter, whose daughter now is being casted onto a different show, so it's unlikely that she's going to get more than 1 or 2 episodes in the whole season. So we are going to be getting a different version of Harrison Wells, regardless to which one it is, but that's a big fail. They're going to have to find a way to bring the genius back. So the Flash season 1 and 2 were epic, was so great, but since then, the season 3 and season 4, I don't know what the writers are thinking. The side characters are getting so much time. Then you add Ralph. He's alright, but his jokes are a bit childish, whoopee cushions, that kind of stuff. They need to rein that in, because the problem is they went from being a dark show to so light that it was annoying people. I think that was the purpose behind all the therapy stuff. Cecile, obviously, yeah, she's main cast because she's just had a baby with Joe, but now you've got 2 more main cast people. It's going to take away from more Barry Allen kind of time, which is his show. So the majority of the time should be about Barry Allen saving obviously coming up with ways to kind of save crimes. The pacing issue was really weird because nothing particularly happened until after he got out of prison. So all the show really needs to do is read DC Rebirth, the current arc, to understand that the TV show needs to be about Barry Allen and not about Cecile, not about what Ralph's doing, not about Kid Flash. Actually, it would make more sense if it was about Kid Flash. But you get my point. It doesn't need to focus on side characters. They're just wasting time and filling stuff up. There was so many wasted filler times. And then you got to say, like, the kind of Cicada season 5 villain teaser was cut because why? They ran out of filler material, so they couldn't put actual context in there. So guys, you know me, I love the show. I'm just very annoyed about the wasted potential with the Speed Force storms that could have created new meta-humans like Godspeed and other people. No, we don't need Godspeed, but it would have been more interesting than what we actually got. So I just wanted to put this video out there because season 4 is getting a lot of hate, and I don't think it was bad. It just could have been a lot stronger. So guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. That would be cool, awesome, but don't forget to share. So of course, if the Arrow season 5 was anything to go by, Arrow season 5 was a lot better than Arrow season 4. I'm a fan of the show. I just wanted to put this video out there to see if you guys agree with me, disagree with me. I want to know everything you think about a season down below. Was the Thinker the problem? I don't think he was. Is the side characters taking over the show? Yeah, they pretty much are. As much as I like Iris West, she doesn't need to be on the screen all the time being a genius, when realistically she's just a report. I'm probably going to get some hate from some Iris West fans, but I do like her. It's just a case that it's not really needed. So guys, let me know all your comments down below about what I've said. Yet again, I am a Flash fan. I'm just a bit disappointed with how the season ended, but season 5 has so much potential, but will it be wasted? So anyway guys, please like, subscribe, and share the video, and I will catch you in another video very soon guys. Catch ya later.